Nolanverse was supposed to be apparently a part of Snyderverse in the early stage of things before Man of Steel was even made. I know that Snyder wanted to connect to Nolanverse because Batman Begins and the Dark Knight trilogy was very successful. But I'm happy it didn't happen because Batman Begins Dark Knight universe is more grounded. I'm happy it didn't touch the Man of Steel or the DCEU. I'm happy they did a separate Batman with Batfleck because the grounded universe didn't have any supernatural occurrences. Even Ra's al Ghul was very grounded in that universe. There was no Lazarus pit. He didn't come back from the dead. Besides that little hallucination that Bruce Wayne had in Dark Knight Rises. But I'm happy that connection didn't happen. And when you're doing grounded superhero things, I think it's stupid unless you're doing it with a superhero that has no powers and that there's no other superpowered individuals in that universe. Like let's say you did Green Arrow, that was grounded, no Superman, no Wonder Woman, or Nick Fury. There's no X-Men or Avengers around. That's the only way it could really work. And I think M. Night Shyamalan did it with his own universe with Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. I guess that's grounded superhero movies. But I think it's stupid to have grounded superhero anything if people have superpowers. But Batman and Batman Begins is and the Dark Knight trilogy basically is one of the greatest superhero trilogies of all time. It's kind of hard to match that. I think the only one that probably matches it, but maybe falls short because of the third act, was Spider-Man 1, 2, and then 3. Not everybody like that. But yeah, I'm happy Nolanverse never connected to Snyderverse. I'm happy that was thrown out because we see how that went. Because it just doesn't make sense to have Superman in that universe. But again, I think if you're building a universe for the DC universe, it should be built around Batman, who's your bread and butter. But I see why Snyder wanted to do that, but it didn't happen. And yeah, Snyderverse, Nolanverse. Obviously, I think Nolanverse is greater by far. And it is what it is. I think DC should do a dump truck of money at Nolan to guide the DCEU when it first was happening. They should have did everything they could to get that man to be the director and and the guide of all that. But he wanted to stick to more grounded things. So who knows if he'll come back to the superhero genre? Maybe he'll do some stuff for Marvel. We can only wish. But yeah.